I always forget to turn on the sound. Hey guys, what's up? Um, what are we doing today? First of all, you guys this is like my 4th stream in 3 days. Drawing and watching the stream. I'm doing okay. I'm a little tired. I don't know. I got a full night's sleep, but I feel like I didn't, so I don't know what's up with that. But maybe it's all the streaming. But that's why I'm on my 2nd cup of coffee here, so we got that. I just got that brewed before we started. And so I figured yesterday we listened to Superman while I worked on Shadows of Oblivion here. But I know a lot of you guys like to chat with me verbally, as much as verbal can be, when you guys send me a text image or text and I respond audibly. But you know, it's kind of the same thing. Hey Matt, what's up? Welcome. So yeah, yesterday I worked on Shadows here. I finished this page here. Let's zoom in. So I finished this page yesterday. Last week's stream we finished this page. So I figured since you guys like to chat with me while I draw, I figure instead of just being silent and letting the radio show go, I'll be on mic and on camera today, and you guys can talk to me about whatever, and you want to talk about comics or my process or movies, TV, whatever. I figure we can hang out, talk. I'll work on some comics. It'll be a good time for everyone involved. So I'll keep on gabbing here, but I should start getting to the work. So Green Count, are you working on the that Medusa piece that you sent me a little bit earlier? Guild Wars 2. I am. See, you are. You say you're years late to the game, but if you're years late, then I'm like I didn't even get to the track because I haven't even started. I don't know what Guild Wars are. Cool, working on the colors. Very cool. Let's start with the background here. See, the game I recently just started, a mobile game that is the Gundam game, the Mobile Suit, like Gunpla Battle or something like that. Sorry about this, guys. All right. Let's see what the official name is here. Let me pull it up on my phone. In the App Store, it's GBGW, so let's see what the full name is. Gunpla Warfare Gundam Battle. That's the name. It just came out maybe about 3 weeks to a month ago, so it's relatively new. You started JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Fantastic. I've only read the manga so far, and not even a ton of it, just the first volume. Where is the fourth episode in the story? I know it starts with Dio being a total douche canoe, and then I know some things that happened, but I don't want to say in case it hasn't gotten there in the manga yet. Oh, cool! It's free on Vudu. I know it's on Crunchyroll too. I might also be on Hulu. I know it's definitely on Crunchyroll. Yeah, actually, so it looks like episode 4 is right around where the first volume ends. So that's as far as I've gotten in the manga. So I don't know firsthand what happens after that. I just know, I know some bits and pieces just from osmosis. Just kind of hearing people talk about the series. They didn't get to it's music playing here for me. All right. Yeah, the vampires are just the beginning of the weirdness that is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. If you haven't figured this out by watching me, I have kind of it's not a technique I've been using in past comics, but I've been using it a lot in this one. Just using gradients for the background. It kind of gives a little sense of lighting without me having to spend a lot of time rendering the backgrounds. Hey, Sideways just joined us. Hello. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot that goes on in JoJo's. Nice. It's weird. My wait a sec. There it goes. The screen wasn't refreshing for some reason. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Ram. You know, Ramna One Half is one of those animes that I've only seen parts of. Like, I've never watched it until recently. It was kind of similar with Evangelion. Like, I'd only watched like an episode here, an episode there. I never actually watched the entire series from beginning to end. And Ramna is one of those for me as well. Like, I've seen episodes here, episodes there. I've seen pieces of episodes here and episodes there, but I've never actually watched the entire series. It's kind of. They're, it depends if they have hot water or, is it hot water and cold water that transforms them? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, isn't one of the characters turn into a panda when cold water gets thrown on him? That's funny. Yeah, JoJo's they speak fast. I had the same problem with Evangelion, because a lot of people talk really quickly to each other, so it's really hard to catch all the subtitles. So you just have to pause or rewatch it to make sure you're not missing anything. Like, I need to rewatch the last few episodes of Evangelion, because I feel like they went so fast I kind of missed a bunch. Okay, Green Cow. I'll be here for a couple hours, so if you're back in that time, I'll be here. Let's see. Looking pretty good so far. So, I don't know why in particular, but I like to have these background gradients be lines instead of dots. I don't know, I feel like that adds a better texture to the background, but that's, neat. So I know Sideways was here listening to the radio show. Did any of you did any of you other guys out there catch the show? Glad you like it, or liked it. I mean, I guess you still like it. Oh no. Well, the replay's there here on Twitch for at least a couple weeks. If you want to check it. Sideways and I were talking about Blue Beetle. I listened to the first Blue Beetle radio show, and I don't know if it's just because the Superman episodes we listened to both last week and this week were pretty well polished. We were listening to episode like 1310, I think. So they had like 1,000 episodes to kind of hone their craft. Where the Blue Beetle one, that was the first episode. So I want to cut them a little bit of slack. But man, compared to the Superman show, like, their sound effects were terrible. The acting was fine. The stage direction wasn't very good. Like, I wasn't quite sure. Like, you would hear a bunch of sounds, and I'm like, what's going on? felt so I don't think their Foley department was as good. And it was a fine story, but it wasn't as compelling as the Superman was. Like Superman, I was like on the edge of my seat. Like I wanted to know what was going to happen next. But the Blue Beetle one, I was kind of like, oh, that's fine. But I'm going to look, we might still do Blue Beetle. I'll listen to maybe a couple later episodes to see if it's any good. If it gets better, I should say. And if it doesn't, I might still make you guys listen to it. Or I might just look at some of the others. I know the Shadow has a radio show. What else has a good... I think the Phantom has a radio show. I don't know. What other... I guess I can just search for superhero radio shows. I'm trying to think what other famous superheroes there were in the 40s that had radio shows. I don't know if you listened to any of the radio show last week. I know obviously you weren't able to this week. The 40s Superman is very different than modern Superman. Superman is more of a what's the right way to put it? He's more of a Deus Machina in those stories. Those old 40s stories are more about Clark Kent and Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen and Perry White than Superman. Like if we count like minutes of speaking lines, Superman has the least amount of lines. Like Clark Kent has a ton of lines. Well, Clark Kent probably has the most lines. Lois didn't have a lot in this last episode. Perry White had a ton. Like he was probably the second biggest. Jimmy Olsen was pretty close to the most lines too. So like, it's more of oh, Flash Gordon, great. And hey, Seth, welcome. Flash Gordon. I should look up some Flash Gordon episodes. But anyway, yeah, because of those, if you don't like Superman because you think Superman's too overpowered and therefore all the enemies are, don't really pose a threat, then you might like the radio show because the radio show is more about the interaction between the characters, like how it's very much a drama more than an action superhero piece. Superman's more of a, how are we going to get out of this one? We'll have Superman save them. And that's about it. So I recommend it. Those old Superman ones, I feel are more interesting because it's more about Clark Kent and Lois and Perry White than Superman. Jimmy Olsen was Superman's pal. Although I can't tell in the radio show how old Jimmy's supposed to be. Because I always thought of Jimmy Olsen being like 18, 19, like a young kid, but like old enough to be legally employed by the Daily Bugle. Or Daily Bugle. Jeez, I'm getting my newspapers mixed up. Which I guess he could be at 16, but still. I always thought of him as like 18, 19, but then in the radio show, he's like riding his bike. He can't even drive a car. He had to, him and the players for the baseball team he coached had to ride a bike everywhere. So made me think, like, how old is Jimmy actually? Or at least, how old is he supposed to be? It's the 40s, he could be 8. Yeah, when did they pass all those child labor laws? Sorry, my music weirdly paused, and then the wrong music started playing. Oh, by the way, Sideways, you might be interested in this since you told me that you like baby metal. Their third album's coming out later this year. $19.60. Alright, so... Wow, really? Children labor laws were passed before women had the right to vote? That's crazy. Yeah, you're right. It is called Metal Galaxy. It's... I can't wait for it to come out. They've been crushing it. Elevator Girl. Alright, here, let's... So I'm listening to them on YouTube right now, so let's... Oh, yeah, here it is, first thing. English version. There's an English version? Yeah, I just clicked on the video. It said Elevator Girl English version. Man, this song rips. This is awesome. I know you guys can't hear me what I'm listening to. Silly copyright laws. Oh, really? Yeah, I have my broadcast muted, so I don't know what songs you're listening to. I mean, I could always put it on, but then you'll hear what you just heard like 10 seconds ago, and you get a weird echo effect. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, the music I'm listening to is not the music you guys are hearing. I could play copyrighted music on the stream, but the problem with that is that the replays are become muted, and so you won't be able to hear. If you wanted to watch the replay, you wouldn't be able to hear me talk because the audio will be muted. So that's why I put music that are Creative Commons licensed out, so I can use it for streams and stuff without having it, muted or copyright claimed or anything like that. And can you imagine putting in screen tones like this manually? I don't know how manga artists and old comic artists did this. I mean, I know how they did it. It's just... it's a lot. It's time-consuming when I'm doing it digitally. I can't imagine how time-consuming it is using traditional media. Smooth jazz. Is it the Slums song that was playing or is playing? I think they do like a smooth jazz version of that, like down in like Sector 7 theme or Sector 6 maybe. That reminds me, I got a pre-ordered Final Fantasy 7. think my favorite part of this, well, there was a lot of things I liked about yesterday's radio show, but I think my favorite commercial was when the announcer guy was like, "Hey, you kids have a whole lingo of your own to say that things taste good, like keen and neato." And that cracked me up so much. It was like the equivalent of some like old guy trying to say like this cereal's on fleek, which is even dated right now. It's a dated thing to say, but he was like saying that, but the cool hip lingo at the time was keen. Oh, crack me up. Oops. I love listening to those old, the old language that they use, because some of it was how people really talk, but other parts of it is like broadcast friendly talk. It's like how you are expected to speak over broadcast. So that stuff just cracks me up. It's looking pretty good. We just need to add in a shadow here. So, Seth, I know your schedule's kind of been in flux lately. When are we going to see a Magic the Gathering stream again? You're not sure. Not to put you on the spot or anything. I miss Terry the Terramander. He is great. What makes it more great is that we have a mini cannon for him. Magic did not intend on Terry being such a force of nature. At least in our heads. If you give me a heads up, Seth, when you're going to stream, we might be able to coordinate things. I can send a raid over to your stream, or you can send one over to mine, depending on timing, when you plan to stream and when I plan to stream, etc., etc., etc. Can collaborate and stuff. I'm still getting the hang of raids, but I like the idea of them. It's a fun idea to end a stream by sending everyone watching you over to watch someone else. I think that's a fun way to end a stream. Yeah, all you need to do is let me know when you plan on streaming, and then depending on when that is and if it fits with my schedule, I can plan a stream before or after, and yeah, we can take it from there. So what games has everyone been playing lately? I've been playing Three Houses. Not as much as Lily has been, but still, I've been playing it. Or I guess it doesn't have to be video games. You guys have been playing other games. Someone's just been all about Catan lately. Oh, you've been playing Overwatch. Hero Wars and PUBG Mobile. Okay. Oh, how is Sigma? I forgot Sigma launched. I've never played PUBG. I played a little bit of Fortnite. I was not impressed. Boo Fortnite. I'm not sure how different, or what makes PUBG different. You run, you loot, you shoot, you die. Not cartoony. Art style, I mean, art style is important in general, but in my experience, that barely has an indicator if the game's good or bad. I mean, I guess if the art's so bad you don't know what's happening. But like, if the art is competent, that's all you need. Just guns, okay. So you have to rely more on your skills. Shooting skills, that is. Sideways, you miss autosaves and skippable cutscenes. Did they, with the remake of Final Fantasy X, or not remake, the remastered, did they touch up the voice lines at all, or are they still awful? Does Tita still have that laugh, that laugh? Right, I think I'm calling this panel done. What do you guys think? Let's put a save. Alright. The laugh is still there. So, with PUBG, are the maps still huge? Like, my problem when I played, when I say still, I mean compared to Fortnite, because the 2 or 3 times I played Fortnite, I landed. First of all, I didn't know what I was doing, because I only played it a couple times. And then I landed, and then as I'm trying to find someone, I just see on my screen, so-and-so has died, so-and-so has died, so-and-so has died. And so by the time I actually found someone, I'm in the top 10. And I haven't even fired a shot. because the map was so huge that I couldn't find anyone. And it kind of lends itself to a strategy in its own right. Just wait till everyone kills themselves and then you can win, but like, that's not fun. War Angel's coming soon. War Angel, here, I'll give you guys a preview here. Here's a rough sketch, and here's War Angel here. So we see her in a few pages, but not yet. So the maps get smaller as they go. Do they get smaller like as the match goes, or they just, when you say as they go, like as the game develops, they've been creating less less big maps? That's not a proper sentence at all. All right. So I like in this program they mask it with blue, but every so often I have to kind of get out of that mode so I can kind of see how the page looks as a whole. Make sure the grays are consistent. Okay, so then it's like Fortnite then. As the match goes on, it gets smaller. So I feel like it would be more fun if the map started really small at first. Or not really small, but moderately small. So then you just have 100 people in a small area and it's just total mayhem right off the bat. I see. See, I have no idea how I'm going to deal with this outside scene yet, so I'm avoiding it. We're gonna come over to this panel here. Take away the line art and it's just like thumbprints everywhere. See, you know, I was accidentally hiding in the sky like in Fortnite simply because I had no idea what I was doing. I was just like, how do I control? How do I land? How do I move? And so by the time I actually figured out how to land, like half the players had already been eliminated. Like I said, I only played Fortnite like a couple times, 2-3 times. Trying to figure out what the height was. I did not see it. I have to get back to playing Overwatch because they added Sigma. And Sigma Sigma seems like he'd be right up my alley. Because I love shield tanks. Like I love Orisa, I love Reinhardt. So Seth, what's Sigma's offensive weapon like? also need to play the new. Why am I blanking so hard? Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Fighters has Janemba. I need to play him. So are they kind of like you say like they're like gravity bombs? Are they kind of like Junkrats, like grenade launcher? Because if we combined Junkrat's mines with Barisa's shields, that might be my new favorite character. Welcome back, Sideways. Yeah, if any of you guys need to step away, please do. I have a little bit of an ego, which is why I'm streaming, but I'm not so egotistical thinking you guys can't step away. Oh, really? Not as much range or damage? I guess that's fair. Usually you don't give tanks a lot of damage. Can't make them too invincible. Although I would argue if they're using tank as a metaphor for the character, they should be able to do a ton of damage, just like a tank's cannon. See, I totally agree with that, Seth. Although, you have to have game balance, I guess. Whatever that is. Yeah, the healers. Although I feel like the healers do not heal fast enough. I would be okay. I'd be okay if healers would lose damage ability to be able to heal faster. Like let's say Mercy. If Mercy's healing, and it's already pretty good, but if it was just like if she barely did any damage, but her healing just was like whoosh, like super fast. Yeah, I think that's kind of how they try to balance it. It's like low defense, high damage for DPS, high defense, low offense for tanks, and then kind of in between for healers. Like, well, low HP, low attack, but high healing for healers. I think that's how they try to keep it balanced. And I guess that's not unreasonable, but gotta keep it balanced, I suppose. I'm not sure if that's too dark. I think that's looking okay. Has anyone played Janemba yet in Dragon Ball Fighters? Well, I would agree with you. With in reality, you're probably right. But if you want to have a fun game that stays in balance, I can understand their reasoning. I mean, obviously games aren't real to start off with, so I guess you can justify tweaking things to keep in balance, even though maybe in reality they wouldn't have that type of balance. Ooh, heavier trunks for Janemba. Does Janemba do a lot of like teleporting like in the movie? So I kind of want to ask the chat too. What do you guys like? Both last week and this week, I've only streamed on the weekends. If you count Friday as part of the weekend, like Friday and Saturday, or Friday, like this week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Do you guys like that? Do you wish I would stream more during the week? More in the weekends? Or I'm sorry, obviously I'm doing the weekends now. More in the evenings, more in the afternoons. What are your guys' thoughts? I don't know what your guys' schedules are like. Oh, yep. Yeah, I updated my slideshow. With some commissions I recently finished. So yeah, your Nightfall is in that slideshow. He does have some teleportation. Does he have a cool sword move? Let's reset this. Okay. Sorry, I froze for a second. Did it freeze for you guys? So that's good with weekend streams. Cool. I'm not opposed to doing weekdays, mind you. I've been trying to stream when most of you guys are free, and I just made the assumption that most of you guys are free on the weekends. So that's why I've been doing that. But if you guys want more weeknight, or like maybe weekday afternoons so you have something to watch while you're at work. I don't know what jobs let you watch Twitch while you're there, but let me know what they are so I can apply to those jobs. But yeah, so I want to hear from you guys. I want you guys to be able to watch as much as you want to watch. Oh good, it didn't freeze. Good, you see a sword? Awesome. I might have to play, I don't know. I'm so into Fire Emblem right now. I don't know if I can have time to play Jin Nimba. I've downloaded him, but I haven't played him yet. You can listen while you're at work. That's good. You work mostly afternoons, evenings, mornings. I'm not going to promise any morning streams. I am not a morning person. What I'm going to do? I think I like that. Nine to 12:30. Yeah, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to watch replays for that. I do not think I'm gonna be getting up at 9 in the morning for a stream. The days I do get up at 9 in the morning, I am barely awake. Though I do, despite my how against I am streaming in the morning, I do need to start streaming more in general. If I want the if I want to be able to become a Twitch partner, I need to have an average of 75 watchers per stream. And I'm sure most of you guys can see right now, I'm not even close to that number. So I think if I'm going to booster people watching, I'll probably have to start streaming more often at different times. One thing at a time, I suppose. Yeah, that's the one downside to me making my own hours is I stay up way too late working on stuff, and then as a result I get up late. I mean, I don't get up crazy late, like probably somewhere between 9:30 and 10. Got up a little bit later today. 10:30 when I got up today. But I also stay up to like 3 or 4 in the morning, so it's really funny. Way back when I used to do graphic design for a company, and that was like a standard 9 to 5. I had to be up at like 6 in the morning so I can leave the house by 7, get to the office by 8. That was fine. But then when I stopped working there, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to keep the same schedule. I'm going to get up, I'm going to work on my art, by 8 o'clock every day. But it was just a natural progression. Like, I used to go to bed at 11. But then the next day I went to bed at like 11:30. And then the next day I went to bed at midnight. And then the next day I went to bed at 12:30. So after like a week or two, like I was staying up till 4 in the morning and sleeping to 10 or 11. So that plan failed. And then it just became a habit after that. So I've been streaming for about an hour and a half now-ish. So I want to do my obligatory, if you've been enjoying my stream so far today, and you haven't already, why not give me a follow? If you really like it and you want to help support what I do, you can subscribe. If you want some cool perks, you can always become a patron. I think that concludes my shameless self-promoting for at least this hour. Why are you trying to get people to take you out? Survival of the fittest, Matt. Survival of the fittest. See, the tough part with grays is that I can't use color to help separate images or things. I have to rely solely on values. And so you can't have values too close together, else they start blending together. But if they're too contrasty, it's going to hurt your eyes. It's not going to feel natural. So I got to find for this tool chest here. I need to find a color that's darker than his skin tone in his shirt, but lighter than his pants and lighter than the background here. So that's gonna be a challenge. Let's see how that goes. Yes, well, let's see. What's your HP at right now? At 800. So that to take out Matthew, I need either eight new followers, one subscription, and 3 followers. Let's see what other combinations. 800 bits or $8 donated. That's what we need to eliminate Matt there. But one thing definitely that we're going to do, we're very, very close to 100 followers. We're at, what, 98 now? Yeah, 98. So once we reach 100 followers, I'm going to do another request stream. Very similar to what I did when I became an affiliate. And I kind of took your guys' requests during the stream. We're going to do the exact same thing once we reach 100 followers. So that'll hopefully encourage you guys to follow, but also have something to look forward to that I think is going to be a lot of fun. Let's see, how dark do we want this? I think this fits the bill. Darker than his skin in the shirt, lighter than his pants, and kind of the background. Maybe let's do a different. All right, I'm going to zoom way in here. You guys help me decide what dot pattern we should. I'm going to change up the dots here. So we can do circle. That's the default, obviously. We can make them all square. I kind of like that. It creates like a nice white line grid. We can do lozenge, which is just a rectangle. That's weird. Line. We're not going to do line. Cross. I don't think we're going to do cross. Ellipses. We could do ellipses. Noise. Actually, maybe. I don't like how that looks. It's a tool chest, so it shouldn't look like it's rough. Do a star plum. That's kind of nice. So asterisks. Star's not bad. We can do carrots. Doesn't even show anything. That does not look like a carrot. Let's go back. I think let's do asterisks. I like that. It's looking a little flat right now, but I think once I put in the shadows, it'll look all right. What do you guys think so far? You're liking it. Good, good, good. All right. Got 2 thumbs up so far. Excellent. So I'm actually curious. Do you guys have a preference of what kind of art I work on? Do you guys like it better when I do comics? Do you like it when I do commissions? Do you like both? Do you like neither? Is there something else? You wish I just did video games instead? I'm still listening to Baby Metal. They are just so good. All at once, comics and commissions. Alright, so let's put in our shadows. Now here I break tradition from standard manga. So usually in manga, any kind of shadows, everything's done with a screen tone. We got to vote for a gaming stream. Oh, drawing while playing video games. Oh, that'd be the worst video game stream ever. Trying to play a game with one hand. Drawing and then hit A. And hit A. Just eating right. You know, I know you're joking, but that is a whole streaming thing. It's called mukbang. It's a Korean word, well, sort of word. It's a mashup of 2 Korean words that means eat and broadcast. And all people do is just live stream themselves eating. Typically they eat like they just like fill a table just full of food and they just eat all of it. But yeah, that's a real thing. Not just girls, but yeah, there's a lot of them are girls. There's actually I forget where I watched it, if it was on Netflix or Hulu. There's a great documentary about it, and they interview I think it's like 4 different mukbangers, I guess. I don't know how do you describe what's the word for someone who does mukbang anyway. They interview them. I think it's 2 guys and 2 girls. Yeah. I mean the sitting on cake stuff. That's something totally different. That's not mukbang, but yeah, it's funny with the mukbang. A lot of people who watch those, because over in like Korea and Japan, there's, I mean, it's not like it's not here either, but like young people are very lonely out there. So they live very solitary lives. So a lot of the time, mukbang is kind of like people will put that on, so it feels like they're having like a dinner with someone. Like they'll get their dinner ready and then put on someone that does mukbang, and then they'll eat essentially with that person. So it's not, I mean, it's a little weird, but it's not, when you put it in that context, it's really not that weird. If you live alone and you want to feel like you're not alone, it's a pretty reasonable thing to do. Well, yeah, I mean, some people, and some people, I'm sure, they probably get off on it. And I'm sure there's some people that do just like to see what kind of food, that people that are just simply interested in food, they probably watch that to see what kind of food they made. So I'm sure there's lots of different motivations for watching that sort of thing. It's not necessarily a weird thing. I'm sure it's weird for some people. Some people probably make it weird. It's not automatically weird. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's kind of cool. There's cooking streams, and there's art streams like what I'm doing. There's like podcast streams where people just kind of just talk to the chat and nothing else. I think that's pretty cool, honestly. Yeah, they can. Depends on who you watch, but there's a lot of people that just do normal meals, and then there's other. Yeah, maybe in the future, if I can get the equipment I need to stream from my Switch, I might do something like that. Stream some NES games. I've been slowly practicing, trying to get better at Punch Out. When I was a kid, I ruled at that game. I could, without losing any matches, go all the way through and beat Mike Tyson from the beginning. I cannot do that now, but I've been practicing. I'm able now to get to Super Macho Man. I've not even gotten close to beating him yet. So again, maybe if I can get the get the equipment to stream that stuff, maybe I'll stream the road to me trying to beat Punch Out again. When I was a kid, I had Mike Tyson's Punch Out. But obviously now it's Mr. Dream, because they don't have the license anymore. But I don't know. I don't know how different, if Mr. Dream is any different than Mike Tyson with the timing and stuff. If it is different, I'm in trouble, because I have never played against Mr. Dream. So I won't even know where to start. All the other characters, I kind of, even though I'm bad at it right now, I still kind of remember the moves. I also never beat the original Ninja Turtles game. Okay, so he is the same. I beat Super Mario 3, but I have never beat the original Super Mario. I beat Super Mario... I never beat Super Mario 1. I never owned Super Mario 2 as a kid. Then I was able to beat Super Mario 3. And then as a kid, I never had Super Nintendo, so I never played Super Mario World. I mean, I eventually played it in my adult years, but as a kid, never played it. I can't beat the World 8. Like, I can get to World 8 super fast. Like, I know the secrets where the warp zones are. So it only takes me like a minute to get to World 8. But then once I get to World 8, I cannot beat it. Even now. Yeah, the dark map gets tough. That's for sure. To make it easy as possible, save up as many of your P-Wings as you can. Because some of those castles you can just fly right over. And there's another item that lets you skip. I forget what that one is. But yeah, if you can get as many power-ups as you can that lets you skip levels and lets you fly over levels, that makes it way easier to beat the 8th world and all the castles there. Yeah, the cloud, that's it. Oh man, Contra, I was always so bad at Contra. I'm better at it now that I'm older, but man, when I was a kid, I could not do it. And I always frustrated my friend because he was pretty good at it and I was awful at it. So when we did 2-player mode, like, we did not get far, and it was all my fault. Oh, Richie's looking pretty good here. Even with 30 lives, I was very bad. I'm still bad at video games. I think that's what would be half the fun of doing a video game stream is, how bad is Shono at games? The answer is very. Looking a little flat. Richie's looking fine, but let's see. Sorry, I was ignoring the chat for a sec. Yeah, the snow one is a pain in the neck. Although the levels I always had trouble with was like the over-the-shoulder ones. I can never... I would eventually figure it out, but I can never... The perspective on it always threw me off. Sometimes I'm not bad. Usually, in more modern games, I have to be the character that is designed to be kind of a brawler, where you're supposed to run in and attack like Gunzerker in Borderlands. Because I'm bad, so I need a class that like auto heals, infinite bullets, maximizes damage, and you're supposed to run in because my accuracy is terrible. Strategies are awful. I am bad at video games. I'm not quite as bad as Leroy Jenkins, but I'm not too far away from it. Leroy Jenkins. I've never played Minecraft, but I'm willing to bet I would be bad at it. Yeah, whether or not that was faked or not, it's still people still do that, and it was still funny. Well, I mean, okay, so yeah, I did Platinum Spider-Man, but that was, I don't know. If you Spider-Man isn't as hard of a game as say like Dark Souls. Like Dark Souls 3, I can't even get past the first boss. I can't, like I can barely do any damage to him. Like I played that game for hours and I can't get past that first boss, so I just kind of stopped. I think you recommended XCOM to me before, or someone recommended XCOM to me before. And you're right, Sideways. Dark Souls is a different animal. It's not. It's not even a. I don't even know if it's fair to call it a game. It's a test of fortitude and endurance, really. Sekiro? Is that that samurai game? Yeah, I want to try that game out too. Yeah, I want to play Borderlands 3 real bad, but I'm definitely waiting on that one. I got too many games I gotta finish. Plus, you know that game is going to be in a few months is going to be on like the sales lists. I find a lot of popular games. You would think popular games wouldn't go on sale very quickly, but once they kind of get close to this kind of threshold of sales, they go on sale to kind of encourage more people to buy it so they can say they've broken like sales records and stuff. And I have a feeling Borderlands is going to be one of those. I could be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. Yeah, I might do that, or kind of like the Handsome Jack collection that was for free by the PlayStation Store not too long ago. I don't want to wait that long to have it, but very often a lot of those games go on sale at a decent discount in the PlayStation Store or Xbox Store, whatever. Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 might be fantastic, and I hope it is, but I don't know. I feel like I'm being duped with it. Like they're focusing more on like Keanu Reeves being in it than the gameplay. That kind of is a red flag to me. I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. But it's still a red flag, to me at least. I think I managed to save this panel. It's not looking as flat anymore. So now's a good time for my 2-hour, hey, if you like what I'm doing, you should follow me spiel. So, hey, if you like what I'm doing, you should follow me spiel. Flawless. I am a professional. All right, well, thanks for stopping by, Seth. I'm actually going to be calling it quits pretty soon myself. Nailed it. Yeah, I'm probably only going to stream for about 15 more minutes, guys. I got some stuff I got to do today. But I wanted to stream a little bit, so yeah, like I said, I'm probably gonna stream for about 15 more minutes. We'll call it quits. Thanks for stopping by, Seth. I appreciate it. I think I'm going to change the floor here. I think I'm going to put in a different gradient here. I think that works much better. All right, what do you guys think of that last panel there? Looks good. All right. Got approval from Sideways here. All right, so let's... I don't want to completely leave this stream. Awesome, good. I was worried... I'm glad you said that, Matt, with the toolbox, because I was worried that with the screen tone, the dot pattern in the screen tone, it would look too textured. But the fact that it looks metallic is exactly what I wanted, so good, I'm glad. All right, so I don't want to end tonight's stream without getting a little bit of... Tonight, it's early evening, late afternoon. Anyway, so I don't want to leave without getting something in this first panel, so let's see. Let's do the sky. Oh, and that last panel? Yeah, I'll have to think on it. I don't know if I want to put like notes on there maybe like it's a tool board. Like an Easter egg or something. Maybe. Maybe I can put a wanted poster up there for Cerberus. I'll have to think about it. That's alright. You're doing fine. Maybe you're having trouble typing, but I'm having trouble talking today, so... Who am I kidding? I had trouble talking every stream. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if would Gear hang that up. I'd have to think if that would be in her character. That's good. So picking the right cloud formation is kind of tough because we don't see a ton of the sky. I guess I could paint the clouds in myself. I'm trying to save myself a step or two, though. Let's try this one. I think as far as Shadows 5 goes, this is kind of what I want to do. We'll see if I'm able to do it. So I'm a third of the way through issue 4. At this rate, I want to be able to have it done by Yamacon. That's the goal, is to have this issue done and in print by Yamacon. And then in the new year, what I want to try to do is launch a Kickstarter to fund issue 5 so we don't have to wait another year for the book. I can hopefully just get that out in a few months. We'll see. We'll see if I'm able to pull that off. And if I can get the Kickstarter to fund issue 5, then that will be out early 2020. Because I'll have all the money I need to get it made. I don't have to take commissions or freelance work to pay the bills, I can just focus on the comic. All right, guys. I think let's take this off here. So this is the page so far. I think this is looking pretty good. What do you guys think? I think that looks pretty good. All right, guys. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who hung out with me this afternoon. It was actually a lot of fun. I like doing these Sunday streams. Okay, headphones there. I think I'm really enjoying the streaming. I hope you guys are enjoying them too. I'm enjoying the Sunday streams. It's tough for me to do Sunday every week. Definitely can do it every other week. But maybe I might be able to work it out to do every Sunday. I have to look at my schedule. Anyway, next stream might be Thursday. It's definitely going to be Friday. Let me rephrase that. That was confusing. My next stream might be Thursday, but I'm definitely going to stream on Friday. If I don't do Thursday, I will on Friday. If I do on Thursday, I will also on Friday. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to stream on Thursday yet, or what I'll be streaming. I need to get my sketches for my patrons done, so I probably will end up doing that next week, that combined with some commissions. I'll probably do a Superman stream again and work on comics like I did. I've been enjoying that. I don't know if you guys like it. I like it, so that's why we're going to do it, because it's my stream and I can do what I want. Yeah, I think that's it. So if you haven't already, I'm sure all you guys have, but if you haven't already, follow me. If you want early access to comics and stuff like that, become a patron. And I'll see you in like 4 days-ish. Let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, about 4 days. And we'll do some more streaming. And you might want to follow me on like social media and stuff, because if I get like if the mood hits me and I just feel like streaming on a Tuesday, if I'm able to on the schedule, like if my schedule allows me, I just do a spontaneous stream. I'll announce it on like Twitter and stuff. So follow me if you want to be notified with the surprise streams, or just notified in general when I decide to go live. Man, you can tell I'm a professional because of my rambling endings. This was a fun stream. I agree. I had a lot of fun today. I hope you guys did too. I really, genuinely, like, talking to you guys while I draw is a lot of fun for me. Before I started streaming, I would just sit in my office by myself and like watch like YouTube videos and stuff, and that's fine. I still do that time to time, but it's more fun for me to get work done while talking to you guys. So I've been really liking this, and I hope you guys have been liking it too. So yeah, all right, I'll see you guys later this week, or I guess later next week. I guess it depends on how your calendars are organized. And let's just switch over here to my patrons, because I got to thank you guys for supporting me. Angers McBeard, Anthony Dosimo, Brooke Clayton, Chickadee, DevDuck01, Doug Hogan, Elizabeth, John Swell, Lawrence Winston, Lily Avonley, Matt Powell, MC McClure, Quixie Kicks, Red Blaze, Seth Talley, Shadowmacer 66, Taylor Onesti, Tony T. Timonen, Verizontal, and Zerial. You guys keep me from having to live in a cardboard box behind a Starbucks. So thank you. If you want to join these guys, get their perks, digital downloads, and all that stuff. Think about Patreon. All right, enough shilling. Have a great afternoon, guys. Great evening. I'll see you guys in a few days. Bye.